Botox is, right? So when I was right there when Botox got FDA approved to be used for lines and wrinkles. So I've been doing this for that long, which has been a long time, and that's all I do. 5 days a week, 9 to 5, just injectables and medical aesthetics. I have an office up in Stewart and Jupiter. Jupiter is about an hour and a half north of here. It's beautiful. It's on the ocean. Gorgeous, beautiful blue water, just like Miami has. Wonderful, just a little bit quieter. And I'm originally from Chicago, and like I said, we love Miami because it's kind of like a Chicago city, but with sunshine, and a little bit easier to navigate. And I just want to introduce you, probably met my Renew team. So Amber is my nurse practitioner, and so she does everything, most of the things that I do. And both of us will be doing little mini consults afterwards if you're interested in talking with us. And then Rose is my medical assistant and does everything. I always call her my ancillary brain. And Han is our social media director, and he's if I think of an idea, he makes it happen, which is wonderful, and our videographer. So this is my Jupiter office, just to show you some pictures. We have a 41-seat theater there. It's beautiful. Everything is very modern, state-of-the-art. So I want to talk with you. This is really meant to be educational. I'm not going to focus so much on products and everything. I just want to, I don't want you to think, a lot of times when I give talks, a lot of people sit there and go, oh, do I need that? Do I need this? I want you kind of to think globally about just turning back time. So when we're aging, a lot of people don't realize this, but this is the aging face, and this is just showing you what the fat looks like as you age and what the bone structure looks like as you age. And like I said, I've been in this field for 18 years, and it's really been fascinating how it's evolved. When I started, we would just treat lines and wrinkles. Now we're really looking at these structural changes that happen when you age so that we can really naturally make you just look younger and more refreshed. So the picture on your left is age 30, and the picture on your right is age 50. So these changes start right at age 30. And we see the fat loss, and then we see the bone loss. And that's all our supporting structures. So we always say, oh, it's gravity. Gravity is the same number as it was when you were born. It hasn't changed. But what's changed is our supportive structures. And that's what makes us age and gives us the symptoms. So I always say, it's easier to maintain, to start early, to help yourself look younger than it is to correct. But correcting is fine. I have patients that are in their 90s. But I have something I've trademarked called the Renew Lift. And it's just a way of turning back time, helping you to maintain, helping you to correct things if you need to. So this is just one of my clients. She's 37 years old here on the left. Looks really good. But here she is, 43 years old, so 6 years later. The difference is just really stunning to me. She looks just refreshed. She actually looks younger than she did when she was 37, which is young. And you can see the symptoms that she came in was she was really bothered under her eyes, and then here are the nasolabial folds. But these are symptoms of changes in her face. So if we just volumize and lift, we get some nice smoothing. She looks refreshed, younger, and wonderful. So I'm going to go through my formula for how to maintain and how to correct and how my Renew Lift works. So I always talk about my 3 F's. I like to make things easy. So I have 3 F's. My first F is firm, and mostly we do this with Ultherapy machine. Have you all heard of Ultherapy? Yeah, Michelle was telling me it's pretty popular, which is nice because I love that machine. So that gives you a nice foundational lift. It's a machine, and I'll go into more about it. The second F is fill. So we saw that we lose bone, we lose fat, so we're going to fill it up. Now there's a difference of how to fill, and I'll go into that, because you can fill the right way, you can fill the wrong way. And I think sometimes when people are filled the wrong way, it gets scary for everybody else, and then they don't want to do anything. My third F is finish, and that's just things like Botox and treating fine lines. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about vaginal rejuvenation. So I'm going to talk about firming a little bit, the Ultherapy. So for those of you that don't know, it's an energy machine, focused ultrasound, and it generates heat. And what that does is causes injury and inflammation. And in my world, I love inflammation and injury because that's going to bring collagen, and that's going to help us tighten and lift. And that's the nice thing about this machine. It's the only machine out there I know of that actually will give you lifting. So, and it's single treatment, one treatment. It's a lunchtime procedure, so you could come in, have it, and then go back to work. You see your results. It's not instant, so if somebody comes in and they have a reunion to go to, this is great to get cooking, but it's not going to give them the result right away. But within 1 to 6 months, you're going to be lifted. And that's nice for a lot of people, because some people say, oh, I don't want to walk in looking one way and walk out looking another. I want something kind of slow. And when I do a consultation, I like to match what what is your timeline, what is your interest, to match it with you. So you can treat any area. I love it for jaw lines. It gives a nice lift and a nice definition of jawline. You can treat body with it, like the chest. You can treat your knees, to lift your knees. And it's natural. It's basically your own body doing its own thing, so it's never going to look funny. So this is a picture of Ultherapy being done. It's a machine. We draw, mark out the face so that we make sure we're getting symmetric. Does it work? Yes. Yes. It is. Here's my answer. It's uncomfortable. It's a really funny machine, though, because some of my patients are very pain sensitive and they're afraid of everything. And sometimes I'll warn them, okay, this might be uncomfortable. And they go in and they come out and they say, oh, what are you talking about? It was fine. And then some of my patients are really they can tolerate anything. Do you have a good pain tolerance? No, you don't. And it
hurts for me a lot.
It hurts. Well, but see, a lot of my patients, though, that have low pain tolerance, a lot of them, it seems like, do fine with this machine.
No, it was fine. It was
You can get
worth
through
it.
Right.
Yes.
It's uncomfortable. That's my code word for that. So, and I give, I can give a pill. What I like is for Xanax or Valium, because I've learned that a lot of times pain is actually anxiety. So if you can make somebody calm, then they don't feel pain. They feel more comfortable. So sometimes it's just the fear of the unknown. And it does, it is uncomfortable, but there are some people who walk out of there honestly and they say, oh my gosh, I didn't feel a thing. So I can't promise anything about it, but we always get everybody through it. The nice thing about it lasts 2 to 3 years. So do you all know who Christy Brinkley is? Christy Brinkley, so she's a movie star, and she talks about this, she does that. She does it every 6 months because she doesn't want to wait for it to go away. She just wants to keep building and building. But you could do it every 2 years or every 3 years to just maintain. And it's easy to get through then. It's not like something you have to do every week, every month,